the increased number of Democrats who want Joe Biden to drop out of the 2024 election is becoming more and more dangerous. Now, I have no doubt that Joe Biden has serious cognitive problems. Maybe he's getting older, maybe he's getting tired. But the fact is, what are we supposed to do? Tell Joe Biden to leave the presidential ticket? What exactly will be the alternative in this situation? I can't even think of another alternative, honestly. I know Joe Biden, as I said earlier, has his problems, but what are we supposed to do? Now, Joe Biden had his solo press conference, and he screwed up a couple of times. Yes. Who in the world hasn't screwed up? But what really bothers me and what really irks me is the simple fact that Donald Trump screws up every single time he even gets in front of a mic or a camera. And no one is calling that out. No one in the media is calling it out. No one in his party is calling him out. But let's look at history, shall we? Because this isn't just the first time the presidential candidate is being asked to pull out. An incumbent president who's up for re-election is being asked to pull out. In 1968, Lyndon Johnson said he was going to pull out that year's presidential election. The Democratic National Convention that followed several months later turned into chaos, even violence. But eventually, Vice President Hubert Humphrey lost the election to Richard Nixon. And after that, the Vietnam War got worse. As much as I would love to see Kamala Harris as President of the United States beating down Donald Trump, I don't think it's going to happen. Because quite honestly, as much as I don't want to blame Joe Biden for being too old or too fragile, he is on both counts. Now, I'm still going to vote for the man if he's the nominee, because as I tell people over and over again, the alternative on the other side is 10 times worse. Make no mistake about that. And despite what the press conference did yesterday after the NATO summit, I'm still voting for Joe Biden if he becomes the nominee. Because it's not just Donald Trump we're fighting against now in this next upcoming election. It's everything that the Republican Party, the MAGA, the conservative movement, whatever the hell they want to call themselves, are trying to do. Project 2025 is not a joke. They're not even trying to hide their intentions anymore, because a lot of the MAGA actually agree with them. Destroying access to abortions for health reasons, limiting the rights of the LGBTQ and people of color in this country. Not even trying to hide their racism anymore. That is what these people are trying to do. So as much as you don't like Joe Biden because you say he's too old, he's too fragile, and blah, 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 he is a damn sight better to the alternative. And as for Project 2025, make no mistake as to what these people are trying to do. Now, I've read cover to cover multiple times. I've talked about it multiple times on multiple videos here. But people are not listening. People are not getting the message. Not even after the nightmare of Donald Trump's presidency. Millions of people dead because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Many others dead by mass shootings and domestic terrorist attacks. Our standing as the beacon of freedom in this country diminished because we were living in fear of our lives because of Donald Trump. And that fear came made manifest on January 6, 2021, when he screamed at a crowd to fight like hell. That is what he's done to this country, and that is what These people in the Heritage Foundation that Donald Trump continuously lies and says he doesn't know anything about them or anything about Project 2025 or Agenda 47, which they're trying to rename and rebrand now that everyone knows the truth. They're not interested in saving our country or protecting its people. They are just simply trying for power, personal power. The novel 1984, or those who read the novel or watched the movie, the novel 1984 by George Orwell, and I quote, "Power is not a means, it is an end. One does not establish a dictatorship in order to safeguard a revolution. One makes the revolution in order to establish the dictatorship. The object of persecution is persecution. The object of torture is torture. The object of power is power." Make no mistake of what I just read there. Now the head of now Roberts, the guy who's in charge of the Heritage Foundation, said that this will be a bloody revolution. This will be a bloody revolution if the left makes it so. He's already laying the groundwork for the revolution. These people are trying to establish the dictatorship with Donald Trump as his figurehead. This has to stop. If you got problems with Biden, get rid of them. If you Democrats have a problem with Biden, get rid of the problems you have. Because right now, according to history, and I just gave you a piece of history, the last time a presidential nominee from the Democratic Party, an incumbent president, stepped down from being reelected, chaos. I don't want to see chaos in my country again. Because like then, it'll be the Democrats who handed the gun to the Republican Party, and they pulled the trigger in 1968. We can't allow that now, because Donald Trump has made every intention and made every effort to pull that trigger. He will do it. And the MAGA are standing by, as he said, standing by and standing back, waiting for him to give the order once again. And don't think they won't follow that order. Now, Biden has his problems, but he's a damn sight better than a man like Trump. CTP, know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.